Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat and I'm here for you. I am here for you, usually 3 times a week, not lately. Hopefully to cheer you up and help you find the keys to the door that will unlock your happiness. And that's what it's all about, man. Just trying to be happy. We're just trying to be happy in these crazy times, right? And if you're not happy, maybe I can help you. Hey, if this is your first time here, welcome to the show. I'm glad you found the podcast. I don't know what you were searching for, but let me know in the chat, the comments, or on the text line, 304-506-3332. Tell me how you found the show and let me know if it's helping. Am I helping you find your positivity? Share the show, get it out there. Let's hit some more people. Let's see if we can break 1 million this year. All right. We're up over 800,000. I haven't checked for a while because I've been kind of busy, so that's what happens. Don't forget about my first book, The Positive Perspective. It's available on Amazon, or you can get it directly from my website, bepositivepodcast.com. A slide in, a pop up, something will come up. You can buy it there. You can get your personalized copy there as well. And when you get a personalized copy, I send you all kinds of goodies. Send you magnets and stickers and whatever else I can muster up. Also, don't forget about the shirt, the new shirt. There's a couple of the 500th World Event shirts left, and they'll be gone after that. And there'll be a couple new shirts. There's hats, there's koozies, there's go check out the website. There's stuff on there to purchase to help me keep this show on the air because, you know, this stuff costs money, man. It costs money. Don't forget about the text line. I said that already, 304-506-3332. Tori and Bryson, I've been talking to them a little bit, and we're going to talk more about that later in the show. I want to give a few shout-outs to Christopher Taylor. I don't know if I shouted you out last show, but my notes, you're still up there, so maybe you got a double shout-out. I'm not sure. Melissa, listening on Pandora. Melissa, thanks for checking out the show. And a lot of you have been saying, hey man, do the live show again. Want to see the live show. So, here it is. I'm going live. I don't know how it's going to work out, but, here you are. Here we are. We're all live and all that. It's all good. I'm sorry I do it so late at night, but that's just the way it is. I'll try to do it earlier, but I got a lot going on, man. Got a lot going on. What else? If there's something you want me to talk about, you can send it to me. If it's too long for a text message, and you want me to talk to you about it, and I can do it on the air, or I'll email you back. You can go to bepositivepodcast.com/your story, and we'll discuss it. And so what am I going to talk about today? Well, there's a topic that came up over the past couple days in conversation with somebody on the text line, and having problems with their spouse being very secretive in a relationship. And what do I mean by that? Well, not letting her look at his phone, being standoffish, and the lack of trust is going on. So what happens when there's too much secrecy and there's no trust in a relationship? Well, first of all, relationships are built on trust. You have to have trust in a relationship in order to thrive. Because if you have trust issues or you don't trust the person you're with, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. You might have gone through something in the past that made you not trust them, something that you're dealing with, some baggage you're carrying along with you. And that happens, and it happens. And it's something that you have to deal with internally. But if you're okay and the person is making you feel insecure or questioning you, questioning them, there's too much questions going on in the relationship, then there's something, you have to do something. You can't just keep going on like that because it will not last. So how do you fix that? How do you fix trust issues in a relationship? Well, first of all, communication. Number one, communication. You have to talk. You can't do things behind someone's back when you're in a relationship. It's a two-party deal there. It's to both of you have to work on it. And if you don't, then you're not going to survive. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. So the first thing is communication. And if you can't talk to the person that you're in a relationship with, why are you in that relationship? I know in my relationship, we're friends first. We were friends long before we were anything else. And There was never any trust issues, but there was things that my wife called me out on, and she, of course she's perfect. I never had to do anything with her, but we talked about it, and it was discussed. It was not avoided. And if we couldn't have talked about it and couldn't have worked through it, we wouldn't be together today. So if you're having questions in your mind about your spouse, your other half, and you are thinking maybe they're having an affair, maybe they're doing drugs or drinking, maybe they're watching pornography or whatever it is, whatever they're doing and they're keeping from you, and you feel like they're keeping something from you, you're never going to have that trust. And if they're in this conversation, this person told me how their spouse is making them feel insecure and blaming them for their insecurity when they're being very narcissistic about it and self-centered and saying, things to the effect that it's your fault that I'm this way or whatever that is, whatever is happening. Don't let that happen, because I'm telling you right now, the way you feel inside is the way you feel. You create your feelings. And for someone to tell you that your feelings are wrong or your feelings don't matter or get over it, nobody can tell you that. No one can say that you can't feel a certain way. Right? Because it's your life, it's your feelings. It's your creation. You are creating your life with every thought. So the more you're thinking, think about this, the more you're thinking about how you think there's something wrong in the relationship, you're missing out on something, there's no trust, or you're being accused of something. Usually the person who's the accuser is usually the person who's doing the wrongdoing. So if you're feeling that you can't trust your spouse, what do you got? What have you got? I mean, your roommates then. Maybe you're in love. Maybe he's treats you well. Maybe he has a good job. Maybe he's paying all the bills and you're very comfortable and you don't want to get out of there. You don't want to take that chance. You don't want to step into the river of change. I talk about that a lot. The only way to get to a better place in life is to be 100% happy with your life, with your choices, with your thoughts. And I tell you what, when you've realized that you're at the end of the rope in a relationship, or things aren't going to work out, or you just don't want to live the rest of your life that way, then you got to come to the realization that, okay, either I'm going to deal with this and be miserable and never experience true happiness in my life and true joy, or I'm going to step into that river of change. I'm going to make a change. It's going to be difficult. It's going to suck. I'm telling you, it's going to suck. You're going to be miserable. You're going to want to change your mind halfway through and give up. But when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself and say, is this the life that I want for myself? Is this the life that I want for my kids? Do I want my kids growing up thinking that this is what a relationship should be? I don't think you do. I know in my situation in the past relationship, I tried to stay because it was a family and I wanted to keep the family together, and I was living in the other room, the separate room, and we were like roommates that didn't get along, and I stayed there for my son, and I did that for like 2 years. And I was miserable. She was miserable. He was confused. And finally one day I finally just said, I don't want him to think that this is what a relationship is supposed to be. I don't want him to think that being rude to the person that you're supposed to be in love with, and not showing affection, not showing trust, and talking bad about each other. I did not want him to grow up and think that that's what a relationship is supposed to be. So you can think about your kids and what they see. And if you're in a relationship and you're having these issues and your kids are there, talk to them about it. Unless they're really, really young. I mean, if they're 10 or 12 or 14 and they see what's going on, then they want their mom to be happy too. They don't want to have a miserable mom, because if mom's not happy, nobody's happy. Right? So talk to them about it. They're smarter than you are in certain situations, because It's easy to talk to other people about it because they're distant from it. They don't have the feelings. They don't have the emotional attachment to the relationship and the years that you put into it. Maybe you've been in a relationship for 5 years. Maybe it's been 20 years and it's just not working and you're starting to realize it, but you're afraid now. It's been in it too long. It's too much of a habit. It's too late to change. I'm too old. I'll never get into another relationship. I might as well just stick it out, live my life like this and die. Does that sound like an enjoyable life? Does that sound like a life worth living? It doesn't to me either. I hope you answered no. But thinking about what you want out of life, you want to get back out of a relationship at least as much as you put in. You have to be able to trust the person you're in a relationship. They have to be able to trust you. If you break their trust, and they're sticking around and you're trying to rebuild their trust and you guys are trying to work through it, that's one thing. But if it's the other way around and the person that you don't trust is not trying to help to get past that and not trying to convince you to prove to you that he's trustworthy or she's trustworthy, and they're just blaming you for being combative and blaming you because you're asking too many questions and blaming you because you don't trust me. You know, meanwhile, every time they get up, they grab their phone. They don't let you look at the phone. Right now, my wife can look at my phone. She can go through anything on my phone. I can go through anything in hers. She can go through my wallet. She can go through my truck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The trust is there. I have nothing to hide. And she can go through my browser history. She can do whatever she wants. I have nothing to hide. And it's a beautiful experience. It's a great thing. And I did the same way with her. If you want, she's like, whatever you want to do, you can look at whatever you want. We have nothing to hide. And we have a great relationship to show for it because we have trust, because we have communication, because we have respect, because we understand that we each need our freedoms, but those freedoms cannot infringe upon our relationship. See what I'm saying? So if you're in a relationship and there's trust issues and there's secrecy going on and you feel like something is being hidden from you, and maybe you're afraid to say something, but why are you afraid to say something? Don't you respect yourself enough to say something? And if you still get the denial and the blame and the narcissistic behavior, is that the life that you want? Is it? Is it really? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. And it's tough. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard as shit if you make a decision to change your life, especially if you've been in a relationship for a few years, 5, 10, whatever, how many years. But trust me, once you get over that hump of sadness and insecurity and feeling worthless because you walked away and now you're on your own and there's so much change and so much challenge and so much trouble, once you get past that, you'll be stronger. Because every time you have something bad happen in your life, or something scares you and you go through with it, or something makes you mad and you get past it, every time that happens, you're building confidence in yourself. The neurons are connecting. All that stuff in your brain is connecting, going, oh, I remember when this happened. Here's how I dealt with it and I got through it. So next time something like this happens, I have something to go by, have a template to go by, so to speak, and I have the strength and the confidence in myself to get through it. But like everything in life, you have to make your own decisions. No one can make it for you. All I can do is offer advice and third-party observation. And with my years of life, and I listen to people, and I'm a people person, and I'm a happy guy. And I know how to be happy. And I'm trying to help you to be happy too. So I guess that's about all I have to say about that. If there's something that you feel in your relationship that you're insecure, there's secrecy, there's no trust, you got to do what you got to do. Either you're going to suck it up and go along with it and have that life, or you're going to change it and you're going to get through it and you'll be fine. You will. All right? All right, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this live show. I had to try to pull off another live show. I might do more of these. I don't know. We'll see. It's It's kind of weird just staring at a camera, but I'm looking at you, man. I am looking at you. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. Send me a text, give me a thumbs up, share the videos, share the podcast, do all that stuff that you do on social media. And don't forget the text line 304-506-3332. I want to hear from you about this show. I want to hear from you if you're in a relationship that the trust is gone and you've got to make a decision. Or I also want to hear from you if you've been through that and you've gotten through it and you've made it work and you're past that now. So I want to hear that as well. Okay, so if you've made it through that and you've got your life back together, text me and let me know. All right. Don't forget about the book, the new book. I'm working on it now. It is going to be called The Positive Journey, and there's going to be some different stuff in there about stuff that I've gone through. Because the last book was more about all your stories, and some of these I'm going to have some of my stories in there as well. And I'm also working on a journal for you to start documenting and writing down affirmations for yourself to help you to be stronger. And there's going to be ways, and I have some tips and stuff that's going to help you to change your life, change your thinking, and reprogram your subconscious mind. So that'll be coming out soon as I can get all my stuff organized. All right. So that's the show. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Nat. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. I think we can all do a little bit better. I'll talk to you later.